What is up, guys? King of Mayhem back here again. I'm actually going to be joined by my son. He's going to be wandering around Riker Striker over here. Say hi, Riker. So he's just kind of doing his own thing, but we are going to get into some auto crafting. As you can see, I did move the refined storage over here. I added a pattern grid and 3 crafters. We're going to make a crafter by hand, but I've actually got these all set up to auto craft. We do that by placing patterns in the pattern grid, and we configure them. I'll show you. I mean, this is an auto crafting tutorial, so the first thing we're going to need is a pattern grid. I've already got one of these, so I'm not going to make another one, but it's another grid, same as we made for the crafting grid, so we won't go over that again. Advanced processor, which we made some of, and then some patterns. Patterns are any pieces of glass, just sand smelted up, and some more quartz enriched iron, which is received, but we got it from smelting this quartz enriched iron dust, which we got from sieving sand in an iron mesh with a 0.5% drop luck. There are other ways of getting it, but for now I've got enough to do what I've needed to do at this point. I think I will go with some, I want to say magical crops. It's mystical crops, that's what I'm thinking of. So nothing too complicated there to make that pattern grid. So it is important to know that, trying to craft something in here, it looks like you can craft it, but you can't. You actually need to put a pattern. So these are some of those patterns that we had to make the pattern grid. You place them in here. You say that you want to make, for instance, oak planks. You teach it how to make them, and then you put them in the auto crafter. Holding shift will change it from looking like a pattern to the actual item that it creates. As you can see, somewhere in here I believe I have planks. Nope, I do not. So we will save that and put it into the crafter that we are going to make. So a crafter, if I can find it here, is a machine casing, which is just similar recipe to a furnace, just with quartz enriched iron. So we'll go ahead and make one of those. Advanced processor, which is made in, we've made these before. This is a printed silicone, which is from smelting silicon and from smelting diamonds. We'll get you that advanced circuit, and then some more of these printed silicon. This is from smelting iron, and we'll get some basic processors. So each one of these, this is just one basic processor with glowstone, and this looks the same but with quartz. So we'll go ahead and make each one of those, which I think we've made them in the past. And we will make our crafter. So now that we have our crafter, I can place it up here with the others, but actually so this is an elevator block. It's made by putting an ender pearl in the center and then any color of wool around. So since I used orange wool, I created an orange elevator block. I just thought it kind of looked similar to the wood and kind of blended in well. Pressing shift will actually allow me to elevate down to the next level, and then spacebar back up. So if you see, I just pressed shift and ended up right here. So I'm going to place my crafter right here and place in my oak. One oak makes 4 wooden planks. So now if I want to make wooden planks, I've got another crafting grid right here. I can go to oak, and you can see now that I have all the oak, it says craft right here. Craft 64, start. It'll use 16 oak, start, and you can see it starts pulling from the oak and making the wooden planks. So that's auto crafting. One thing that is nice is you don't actually have to have that item when you're making a pattern. You can, like for instance, a 64K, I can just populate it, teach it how to make a 64K, but just because I taught it how to make a 64K storage part does not mean that I know how to make 64K storages now, because if I go to a 64K and hit craft, it'll say we're missing 3 16K storage parts. So you do have to have all the pieces in order to make it. So let's go ahead and make some more patterns. This is one that I already made to knows how to make a chest. So I'm going to craft 20 of those and start. I am missing glass, which I may have. I don't know if these will work. I don't know if they're ordinary to work or not. But we're going to grab some sand and start smelting that up into glass anyways. Actually, I'm going to grab quite a bit of sand. I'm just holding shift and dragging my mouse over everything. And then right here I'll hold control shift and I will hold on sand and release. It's kind of a weird combo. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really doing it right, but I just kind of keep clicking and holding control shift and releasing control, and that seems to get me all my items transferred over, and that's the quickest way I've found. So again, I'll throw a little bit of glass in there and make a pattern. We'll just try and make 5 for now, and we have all the required items to make it. Put the patterns in here, and so we already taught how to make a 64K. Set this to synchronized. So I've already taught it how to make the 4Ks. No, I did not. I thought I taught it how to make the 4Ks. Maybe I just taught it how. Maybe I didn't teach you how to make any of this. So I do want to know how to make all this stuff. So now I can make the 16K, 4K, 1K. Go ahead and place those in my crafter, and we will see if we can make a 64K. There's probably some items that I'm missing. Yeah, lots of glass, some silicon, basic processors, but we can probably make the 16K. Nope, still missing some basic processors, which is made by smelting these guys up. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Or not smelting it up, putting them in the solder like we had done in the past. So printed silicon. Redstone. So if we search for flux, I want to make a flux point and a flux plug. So flux plug is made by some flux cores and a flux block. To make these cores, we're going to need some eyes of ender and flux, which is obtained by burning redstone. I should already have some of those, so let's make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Eye of enders. So what was I missing there? Flux cores. I know I'm going to need 2 of those. Actually, I'm going to need 3. So I'll need 12 of those to do what I'm going to make. So I'll make the flux block, throw it in, and flux plug, and we'll make a flux point if we have enough redstone. Okay. So let's go up and I'm gonna throw it. Where do I want this? I'm gonna throw it over here. So I'm generating, looks like about 600 RF per tick. So we're gonna put this flux plug here, create a network, and then hit create on here. You can change some different settings, like make it private or so anybody can use it, and then you hit create, and then it'll populate in here. Then you click on it, and that should be sending power onto this network. So anywhere I put this flux point and come into network selection and select my network, and I can create multiple networks for different options. This should, why are we not, oh, we're not creating power because gonna make sure an output. I'm not creating power because it's night. Okay, so let's put our network block, actually, I'm going to place it here. And then as you recall, this does need power. And it's getting it somewhere. Not getting it here. Where's it getting power from? Oh, okay, it's using the internal power right now. So if I plug this in, select a network, you can see it's full of power. We are using 6 RS per tick. Looks like I'm going to need to make some torches on here. And you can see we're draining power from here. So let's make some torches. I like the mini torches, just a personal preference. Which I am not seeing. Okay. Charcoal. As you can see, our disk drive, we've got 1953 individual items. So we're 50% full already. So charcoal, stick, and 64 mini torches. And I have mob griefing off, so I mean I'm not as worried about creepers as I should be, because they will not destroy my world. So if I press F7 now, I can see that throw one on each corner. I can see that now I will no longer have mobs spawning up here. So we've already filled up our capacitor. I'm thinking I want to make 4 more. I haven't decided if I want to upgrade each one of these first and then make them, or how I wanted to go about that. But I'm happy with it for now. You can set priority, which I'm not sure. I think that tells you, use this power first. Use the highest tier power, and then you can tell it the max amount of RF per tick to transfer out of here. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to transfer it all of it once if I have to. So yeah, that's it. That's the upgrade to my power situation. Now I won't put a lever on this and turn it on and off. I'll just leave it on all the time now. I mean, I should have more. I would need 12 RS per tick coming out of this, and it looked like I was getting about 400 or 500. I wonder if it tells me how much each tier will create. Solar array, 648 RF per tick. The next tier will create 3600 and 14,000, 46. So that's the max, is the 4600. I don't think I've got enough redstone to make another or go to the tier 2. I have been sifting dust non-stop, so let's see what our redstone situation is looking like. 25. So yeah, we're not doing too great, but that's okay. I mean, we'll get there. I do think maybe I will go with a farming station over here and go with some magical crops, or not magical crops, agricultural. Let's see, what was it? This mystical agriculture. And so in order to make the redstone, I have to use this intermedium essence, which is Prudentium, Inferium, which is I'm getting this from drops from mobs, or I can plant it. So I've got some over here. Maybe we'll get started on this. Let's see how much we have. Let's clear some inventory. Almost full already. So now we want to make this guy, which requires some of these, which I've never put into my system. this is good for 1,000 uses. Or at a much higher tier, you can make this one that's in unlimited uses, which we're not ready for yet. And then if we wanted to go, it looks like once this you use it once, it won't automatically populate. I don't know if you have to stick with the tier of, let's see, where is the redstone? Tier 3 crafting seed. Tier 1. So let's grab a little bit more. Looks like this is kind of a whole ordeal process. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4. Protium. Grab our fusion crystal. 1, 2. There's our tier 2 seed. And our tier 3 crafting seed. This is definitely where some redstone automation is going to come a long ways. And a redstone seed. Let's make a hoe. Somewhere I ended up with a growth crystal from a loot bag, so we're gonna go ahead and just place that. I don't know the range of these, so I think maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 in, maybe. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. I don't know if that'll add the required water. I think I'm needing water to grow. I think that's what I'm missing. But anyways, you kind of get the idea. This is where I'm kind of going to head is in this direction right here. So I'm going to make a few more of those off camera. Which looks like I just lost that one. Anyways, I'm going to make a few, oh there it is. Okay. So I'll make a few more of those off camera. Maybe I'll use these worms as just kind of a tiller. They're supposed to, I think they keep the ground tilled even during the rain. I don't Okay, so we're growing. And then I want to build a farming station, but that's at a later time. We'll do that. I do want to, before I go, well, I guess I don't really have to do it. It's mystical. This will just help me kind of keep some of my inventory cleared up. Instead of, taking up all my storage space, I just eliminated a decent amount. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We did a little bit with crops. Not a lot. But I'm going to make some more of these. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. And then as you can see, you get these, and you can use 8 of those to make 16 redstone. So that's basically 2 redstone right there. With this growth accelerator, it does make them grow significantly faster. Let's see what that would take to make growth. So that's a bone block, so that's nothing too difficult. Prisma crystals, which you get from sieving sponge, which is, so yeah, nothing too extreme. Definitely could have done that. Anyways, this is King of Mayhem signing out. Have a good time.